That brings us to the Oklahoma City Thunder, buy, sell, or hold.
Like, I don't even know what to call it. I guess they're sellers, but like it's because they're just buying more picks or whatever. I mean, so just a couple of things. I mean, they've got, by my count, $35 million in cap room, not the tax. They're 35 million under the cap. They're not at the salary floor. So they, as always, are just like, if you got anything, you want to just dump it here with the first attached, we can do that. They also, I guess the reason I call them sellers is because, like Derrick Favors, you've already mentioned Kenrich Williams, Mike Muscala, I think would draw some interest. I don't think any of them are going to get you a first. Lou Dort, maybe, but I feel like he's worth keeping around just because. But if the Sixers are trying to dump Tobias Harris, like as part of this grand plan they have, and it doesn't include Ben Simmons somehow, like I guess that makes the Thunder a buyer because they're buying Harris. But I don't know. I call them sellers, but it's just the thing is the same for them. They've got cap space. They've got a lot of picks. They can get more. They have a handful of guys they could trade for draft whatever or take back bad money. It's all just kind of all the same for them. Unless do you see something different for them?
No, I don't think that they have like stuff to sell is where this sort of
Derrick Favors is not a hot commodity.
No. And so it'd be Kenrich Williams. And that's only one name. And he's so cheap next season. I don't know why you need to actively sell him. You have so many picks. Even if you get a low end first, what is that doing for you? I do think, like you said, the Pelicans could need shooting. They definitely need shooting. I don't know if it's to the extent that they could take on a shooter who's making too much money, but like I wouldn't be trading assets either. I'm just going with hold for them because they don't leasing out cap space doesn't even count as selling just because they're so far under the not just the tax, just the salary floor, the cap in general. So I'm curious if there are teams that need to duck the tax by like a little bit when you look at Boston or when you look at Portland, but like they could really help. I'm trying to think of like what the team would be. They could help a team substantially cut their tax bill or get off of a truly bad contract. Like if the Knicks just decided, hey, like we need to end the Evan Fournier experiment or more preferably the Julius Randle experiment. How many firsts can you get for something like that? But I just don't think I see that team out there. And so, and like, if I'm with you, I would keep Lou Dort. Like I just don't. Maybe you look at what you could get for Darius Bazley, but he's defended so well this year, and I know a lot of people were like lower on him. So I think I'm a hold for OKC just because there's no reason for them to sell. You have all the picks in the world.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I don't know what they're going to do with all this space. I guess it's good news because all that's going to get redistributed to the players on the roster. They're going to get pay raises if they don't hit the floor. So that'll be good for them. But I don't know what their plan is.
I'm assuming they're going to hit, like normally we see teams just hit the floor anyway. So are they going to like give Gary Harris an actual contract after he gets bought out?
It's almost a shame there's not more really bad contracts left in the league because like the Thunder have helped get rid of some of those, but they would just be like if the old Blake Griffin contract or if like Kevin Love weren't having a resurgent season, like they would be, and the Cavs weren't good. Like there are so many other opportunities in a normal trade deadline situation for them to just be like, yeah, man, we'll take your guy with 100 million left and just give us a couple picks. Like we got the room, that's just not how it's set up this year.
No, it's not. And so I'll be fascinated to see if they do anything at the deadline so that they have that extra roster spot to use. And if there's a team willing to dump money, I don't really know what that team is. And even I mentioned the bad deals on the Knicks. I don't think they would do that, but they're so far beneath the tax. There's not going to be an urgency to trade anyone who's expensive at the moment.
Yep.